So what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Star Wars Chewbacca. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box for the SH Figuarts Star Wars line, and Chewie's box is a little bit larger compared to the other figures in the line, but that's just because he is a larger character. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box, and on the window in gold it says Star Wars SH Figuarts, and some other stuff in small words. And then on the bottom says Chewbacca, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then the bottom of the box is the barcode of blah 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 stuff nobody cares about, and then here is the top of the box. And then here is the one side of it. And then the other side with an image of the Chewbacca figure. And then the back of it shows a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at everybody's favorite Wookiee. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I think Tamashii Nations did an excellent job with this Chewbacca. The head sculpt looks great, looks just like Chewie from A New Hope, even though he looks the exact same in every Star Wars movie that I've seen him in. But the sculpt looks great. It gives you that like fur type look, which is what Chewbacca is covered in, so very good job with that. And I do love the paintwork on this, how they added the paint shading here and there throughout the entire figure. I like how you could see it all around his beard, around his face and everything, and I like how there's some black around his nose and above his mouth there, and very nice sculpt work around the mouth and the nose as well. Nice clean paint around the eyes, both painted looking in the same direction, so that is always a big plus right there. And the side looks good, and I like how they added this point of articulation on the back of Chewbacca so you can get him to look up, and we'll get into that when we get into the articulation. But I do like the paint shading on the back of the head. That looks good, and very nice sculpt work all throughout it as well. In the torso here, I do like how we have the darker paint up around the shoulders and the upper torso, and then it blends in really nicely to his natural lighter brown color, so very good job with that. And nice sculpt work just all throughout the entire figure. And then around the crotch area, we get some paint shading here and there. Like you can see it more in the front on this side up here, but then you don't see it as much over there, but you see it on the sides. And then the lower piece here, you don't really see it here, but you see it on this side, so they kind of threw it in here and there on the figure. And then the back of Chewie here, very nice sculpt and paint again. We do get the nice shading that blends into his natural lighter brown color, and nice sculpt work all throughout it. And then the arms look dope too. We do get that same darker shade of paint that blends into his natural color, so good job with that. They even did it on the inside of his arms, so I like that they also did it there as well instead of just doing it on the outside. And they really blended in the bicep swivel very well. The elbow joints even look good also, even though you can plainly see it there. But I really like how they worked it in, and then they have his like fur hanging over and stuff, so that does look pretty cool. And then the forearms look good, and what I do like around the wrists, they're not the exact same sculpt. If you look on this side, the fur hangs down a lot further compared to this side. Like it goes to where his knuckles are, and then on this side it like stops at his mid-hand. So I like that they didn't make it the exact same. I thought that was pretty cool, and the hands look dope too, along with his fur there. He has that Sasquatch type looking hand. Wookiees always reminded me of like what Sasquatch would kind of look like. I think maybe that's what George Lucas got the idea from. The legs look good, great sculpt work all throughout them, and then we get paint shading here and there all throughout the legs. And the knee joints blend in very well on this Chewbacca. And then there's the back, very nice sculpt work and paint shading, and you can see the knee joints plainly obvious there. And then the lower legs look good, and then the feet look good also. I like how they sculpted the toenails on there, so good job with that, and they're painted nice and clean. It's the side of them. And then the bottom of them, we have that Sasquatch type look to the bottom of his feet. And then we also get his pouch with the strap there, and I believe it is glued on to his shoulder here. Some people might not like it. Me, I don't mind at all because I've never seen Chewbacca without this. But very nice sculpt and paintwork all throughout it. We do get those like metal silver pieces there. And then we do have the brown straps going across all of them. Very nice paintwork all throughout that. And they even sculpted and painted silver buttons or something in between all of them, and I thought that looked pretty cool. And they even added in, sculpted and painted like a gold loop there, and I really like that they added that tiny little detail on this pouch, even on the back side. And the back of it looks good too, so good job with that. And then the pouch here, we do get some nice paint shading all throughout it. I do like the sculpt work, like around the stitching here, that looks pretty cool. And they actually painted the buckles as well, so I really like that they did that also. But overall, I really think they did an excellent job with the paint and sculpt on this Chewbacca, and I don't think I could be any more happy with how the detail turned out on this. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we only get a few things included with Chewbacca. So we do get 2 interchangeable faces. We do get this one on the left that comes on the figure out of the packaging that we did take a look at before, and this is the basic type looking face for Chewie, and they did do an excellent job with it. So we do get that one. And then we also get the open mouth roaring face here, and they did a great job with this one as well. Very nice paint shading on his fur. The eyes are both painted looking in the same direction. Very nice sculpt and paintwork around the nose, and especially around the mouth, on the teeth and tongue and everything like that. So very good job on both the interchangeable faces, and the way you interchange them is really simple. To put it on, just push it on right there, or to take it off, just pull it right off and it comes off very easily. So we do get those 2 interchangeable faces, and then we also get his blaster with a right hand molded onto it, and they did a great job with this. We do get the strap here, which is a softer rubbery type plastic, and we do get some nice sculpt work on the strap. I do like how they painted that buckle black, and then the hand looks good, nice paint and sculpt on it, on the fur and everything. And the other side, very nice sculpt on the fur. I love the way that looks, and we get some very nice shading all throughout it as well. And then the blaster itself looks pretty dope. We do got like a few scopes up here, and I love the tiny scope detail like around the middle. That looks cool. And then we do get the barbell looking piece here. So a very nice job on the blaster, and it is pretty simple to interchange this hand onto his right wrist. So we do get that. And then we finally get 4 interchangeable hands, not including the one that's on the blaster. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging. And very nice sculpt work all throughout these, throughout the hand and the fur and everything. So very good job there. And then the top of it, very nice sculpt work on the fur. That looks great. And we do get some very subtle shading as well, and that actually makes it look a lot better. So we do get a pair of fists. And then we also get a pair of these open hands here, and very nice sculpt work on the hand, on the fingers and everything. Same with on the fur. And the other side, very nice sculpt work on the fur there, and then we do get that subtle paint shading again. So great job on these hands as well. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Chewbacca. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Chewie. To the top of his head, it looks like he stands around 7 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker, his BFF, the SH Figuarts Han Solo, the SH Figuarts Episode 2 Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the Mafex The Force Awakens Rey. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Darth Maul and the Mafex The Force Awakens Kylo Ren. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Android 16 and the Good Smile Company Figma Avengers Hulk. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Punisher. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, we do get 2 points at the neck, but we do get a lot of hindered movement because of the beard and the back of his hair here. So Chewbacca really can't look down at all, he just looks straight ahead. But what I love what Tamashii Nations did is the back of the hair here, you can actually hinge up and down, so you can get Chewie to look up a decent amount, and I really love that Tamashii Nations added that on there. And then we do get a little bit of pivot there. Pivot's better to the right than to the left, because the left, the strap for the pouch here is hindering it a little bit. And then we do get swivel up there, of course, so alright movement for it being a Chewbacca figure at the neck. Then we don't get any torso articulation, but we do get a little bit of waist movement. And Chewie only goes forward about that much, goes back a little bit better, so a tiny bit of forward and back movement there. And it feels like it's on like a double ball joint, because you can kind of like shift it and then move it forward and back. And then we get some really good pivot there, actually. So nice pivot and then swivel. Now for the arms here, we have a great shoulder joint, so you can get a circular motion out of the arm, and I really like that point of articulation. Then the arms go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's always good. They do go up and down. We do have the bicep swivel, then it can swivel at the shoulder joint as well. We have a single bend at the elbow that bends in a little more than 90 degrees, and you can actually move that joint like up and down and swivel it. You can kind of move a little bit in a circular motion, and then it also swivels where the joint connects into the forearm. Then we have a ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel, and then hinges back and forth, but you do get a little bit of hindered movement because of his long fur all throughout the wrist and the hand there. Now for the legs, we get some great movement here for Chewbacca. He can kick forward a little more than 90 degrees, so that's good. Goes to the back 90 degrees, and then kicks out to the side just shy of 90 degrees, and then we do get a little bit of swivel there. We have double jointed knees that bend back pretty much all the way, so that's good. Then we do get a swivel at the ankle, hinges up just a little bit because it gets hindered by the fur, and then hinges down a really good amount, and then we get some pretty damn good pivot there. So nice pivot with Chewbacca here, and then we do have a little bit of a toe hinge. So overall, I think we get some excellent articulation with this Chewbacca. Some points you do get a little bit of hindered movement, mostly around the neck, but other than that, you're really going to be able to get him in some great Chewbacca poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Star Wars Chewbacca. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an 8.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I had mine imported from Japan from Ami, and you could always check with my buddy from Agelessgeeks.com. Not sure if he put Chewie on the website yet, but if you do purchase something from Ageless Geeks, don't forget to enter in codename Daredevil to get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get a basic, what the hell? So we do get a basic looking style box for Figuarts and some other stuff in small letters. Then it says Chewbacca to man, Bobby. What the hell? It says Star Wars SH Figuarts. The bottom says Chewbacca, Tamashii Nations, and Band-Aid. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box on the So now for the articulation, we just get a Chibbity Cha Cha Chi Chi, the SH Figuarts Obi-Wan Kenobi, Awakened Warrior Super Saiyajin Goku, and the A Shabu. What the heck is that? Moving on to the accessories, we do get this one on the left that comes on the figure out of the packaging. Then we did take a look at it. I do like the paint shading on the fur here. What the hell was that? Because we have the strap there. And then, whoops, I ripped his face off. Nicolas Cage and John Travolta and Chewbacca in Face Off.